Hey everybody, Citizens in Action Clark County here. More news updates here in Clark County. Things are moving fast now. When we went to make our video a couple days ago, we noticed a difference in the Clark County GOP page. It was suddenly missing Connie Sellers information. It used to look like this. See, there's Connie Sellers. And then it looked like this. Connie Sellers is no longer there. Well, sure enough, Connie Sellers has resigned as Clark County Vice Chair of the Republican GOP amidst the Jamie Knowles scandals and scrutiny. This article reads, Connie Sellers said the criminal allegations against Clark County Republican Party Chair Jamie Knoll are what led to her decision to leave the vice chair position, though she remains active in the party. In an interview with LPM News, Sellers said that she told Knoll she was going to resign January 10th. She said he asked her to stay on while he found a replacement, but as the situation escalated, she and her family decided she needed to step away. She turned in her resignation to Knoll January 16th, which was effective immediately. I was hoping that he would step down, and when he didn't, my reputation is at stake, and I could not continue, she said. Knoll, who has chaired the Clark County Republican Party since 2009, has been under investigation since June for allegations including theft and ghost employment related to his time as sheriff and head of local nonprofit. He is still listed as Clark County's party chair online. Sellers said she feels Knoll should step down at the county level too. Even though it's personal, it's interfering with our party and the morale, and we just need to move on, she said. These elections coming up are important, and we need to focus on those, and he needs to focus on his defense. Sellers is running for re-election as Clark County Commissioner. We also noticed that someone filed to run against Connie in the upcoming commissioner's race, Donald Johnson. So now we have both Johnson and Morgan challenging her spot. Jack Kaufman is the other commissioner running for re-election. And there's only 3 commissioners. Jack and Connie are up for re-election, and Glover is up in 2026. All 3 have unanimously approved New Chapel EMS contracts in the past. And after 2020, those discussions didn't even happen during the regular scheduled public meetings. They had those very short conversations in department head meetings at 8 a.m. in 2021, 2022, and 2023 when most people were working. And also note that Jack Kaufman misspoke or misled the council in 2020 when he went to get the funds approved. He told them that the contract was so short, he said it was an abbreviated contract due to the urgency of the situation and they needed to get it implemented quickly. He clearly stated in that meeting that it was a 3-month contract, but he signed a 12-month contract. Here's his signature. It ran from October 2020 through September 2021. It's also dated for October 1st when the funds weren't even approved by the council until October 19th. We are really hoping that someone steps up to challenge him in District 2 for this upcoming election. We are also hearing that Jamie Knoll will be resigning as Clark County GOP chair as well. So what happens when the chair steps down or is removed? Let's take a look at the GOP party rules. Here you can see office vacancies, Rule 4-21. Subjects to Rules 4-27 through 4-32, the County Committee is authorized to fill any vacancy which may occur at any time among its officers as a result of death, resignation, removal, or from any other cause. If the offices of county chairman becomes vacant, the county vice chairman serves as acting county chairman until the vacancy is filled under these rules. If there is no county vice chairman, then the county secretary serves as acting county chairman until the vacancy is filled under these rules. If there are vacancies in the office of the county chairman, county vice chairman, and county secretary, then the county treasurer serves as acting county chairman until the vacancy is filled under these rules. If there's a vacancy in all 4 offices, the state chairman may appoint an acting county chairman who serves until the vacancy in the office of the county chairman is filled under these rules. So there you have it. Before Connie resigned, she would have taken over as the interim chair. If she truly wanted to turn the party around and stand for the people, she could have stayed in that position until a caucus was called. But she conveniently stepped out of the way to allow the next friend of Knoll to get a clear path to the interim chair position, John Miller, who currently serves as secretary of the GOP. Now, he might be in some hot water soon. We're told he's a person of interest in the Knoll investigation, and he was apparently removed from his position as detective at the Clarksville Police Department on January 26th. So next in line would be the treasurer, Matt Owen. The Problem is, Owen might be under investigation as well. We're not certain, but he was certainly involved in the newest raids and search warrants. Take a look.
In the investigation into former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, a massive six-pronged search by Indiana State Police and the Defense Department's Inspector General's office targets all of New Chapel EMS and fire stations. And thanks so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Myra Ansari.
I'm John Bowl. The search is another step in this ongoing public corruption investigation of the former sheriff. Wave News troubleshooter Mark Stevens has followed the case now for months. So, Mark, this is the second time New Chapel's fire stations have been targeted.
Yeah, Jamie Knoll, who was at one time the chief and CEO of New Chapel EMS, was arrested and charged with 15 felonies following the first raid of his nonprofits, firehouses, and his own personal properties. Now, as the prosecutors say more arrests are coming, another massive search targets the fire stations all over again.
It was difficult for a single camera crew to keep up with a massive coordinated 6-location raid conducted by Indiana State Police and federal investigators. But our cameras captured many of the scenes as police conducted another mass raid of New Chapel fire and EMS stations. The two-county search at every New Chapel location follows the special prosecutor's recent disclosure more arrests are coming in the investigation into former Sheriff Jamie Knoll. State police were outside both New Chapel fire stations in Floyd County. We saw state troopers parked outside the Budd Road station. A source sent us pictures of the raid at the main station on Charlestown Road. New Chapel's second-in-command, Matt Owen, was seen opening a vehicle to give access to investigators. Police also arrested David Price for possessing marijuana, meth, and drug paraphernalia at the fire station on Utica Pike. And we saw federal investigators for the first time at a fire station closer to Jeffersonville. They're working with state police to investigate millions in military surplus equipment acquired by Knoll and former Scott County Sheriff Kenneth Eubanks. Search warrants have said the two personally benefited from some of that equipment in auctions. Police also searched a station in Jeffersonville, splitting their forces to cover more ground. It will take a few days for the courts to release the actual documents, but the summer raids led to 15 charges against Knoll. What's coming next remains to be seen.
Knoll has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him, including theft, ghost employment, and corrupt business influence. Search warrants have also revealed investigators are focusing on hundreds of thousands of dollars charged to New Chapel credit cards for personal purchases. Mark Stevens, Wave News.
Here's a post by Sean Bostock on the New Chapel employee arrested for methamphetamines. He found an award from New Chapel to David Price, presented by Jamie Knoll in December of 2022. Followed here by a few pictures Sean got of the raids yesterday, and you can see Matt Owen there. Sean also confirmed that John Miller has been removed as Clarksville police detective, demoted for now. Great work, Sean. Remember, Matt Owen is the treasurer of the Clark County GOP. Isn't it funny how the treasurer of the Clark County GOP didn't think to check over the finances for New Chapel EMS as a board member, as the deputy chief, and as the person who signs all the EMS contracts? In this WHAS 11 article from January 26, it reads, Owen was one of several new board members appointed after August. He said the Firefighters Association is now doing its own internal review of the organization's finances and Knoll's potential misuse of funds. A third-party auditor will be contracted, but Owen said that process is in the early stages. Paul Holcomb, Shannon Grant, and Kevin Wilkerson are the other current board members. Here's what we know about Shannon Grant. He's on the Utica Township Business Information as a governing person, worked under Knoll at the sheriff's office. He's a precinct committeeman, and he's also the brother of Sean Grant, Jeffersonville Fire Chief. We find it very hard to believe that a treasurer of the GOP did not notice around $5 million was being spent on personal items.